and salutations to the remainder of the planet Earth. My name is Rowan J. Parker, and normally when you find me on YouTube, I'm playing one of these things. But for those of you that know me really well, you'll know that I'm a complete and utter inveterate technology junkie. Just love this stuff, can't get enough of it. And so, as the saying goes, today it's time for something completely different because we're going to be unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Note 2! And as you can see, I'm pretty excited by that. In fact, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. So let's get right down to it. Unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Note 2! What's in the box? Alright, we're going to get down to it and begin by looking at the box. The outside packaging the product comes in. And here is my no expense spared, fully digital, 360-degree render. What do you think? And admit it, you want it, don't you? You want it. Okay, let's open up this bad boy. Okay, before we open up this sucker, let's look at some of the standout features of this device. This particular one is a 16GB version in marble white. Samsung will be releasing later on 32GB and 64GB versions of this phone. Now that memory is also expandable via SD card slot up to a further 64GB, so potentially you can have 128GB of internal storage on the phone, which is absolutely massive, and unless you're a complete media junkie, you'll never ever fill up all that space. The internal specifications of the phone are extremely impressive. It has a super fast Exynos quad-core processor which is clocked at 1.6 GHz, which currently makes this the fastest phone on the planet. It also contains 2GB of RAM, which makes for an extremely fluid and zippy interface. The screen is a Super AMOLED HD with a proper RGB matrix, so it's incredibly vibrant, colours are super saturated, and the contrast ratio is just amazing. It's a 5.5 inch screen, so it's the largest screen on any phone at the moment. It also contains an absolutely monstrous 3100 mAh battery to power this beast of a phone, and that'll keep you rocking and rolling all day. It also has on board latest version of Android, which is 4.1 Jelly Bean. Now, taking all these together, this makes for an incredibly impressive device, and it blows every other phone out of the water, which includes Samsung's own Galaxy S3, and hate to say it, Apple fans, the iPhone 5 is destroyed by this phone. Okay, let's open up this bad boy. Okay, here we go. Well, that looks pretty awesome to me. Alright, let's have a good look. There it is, there's the device. Alright, come back to that in a minute. Let's see what else is in the box. And we have the usual quick start guide, warranty, I've got for other Samsung products, which I probably won't be buying, but still, usual stuff there. And yep, the power adapter, standard UK adapter. I think this comes in two parts, I think. Yep. The second part, which slots together in a way which I'll not embarrass myself by trying to figure out right now. Okay, so there's a power adapter. And what else we got? We got the headphones, which are actually of a fairly reasonable quality. Excellent. And then, yep, the earbuds of destiny, if you've got weird shaped ears like me. Good, some options there. And then, yep, charging cable is USB to micro USB. Fairly standard now. Excellent, got plenty of them lying about, always need another one. And then finally, the beast of a battery, which is removable of course. Another great thing about Samsung phones, you can remove the battery, get backup batteries. Excellent, it's a 3100 monster. Brilliant. Alright, so that's what we got in the box. Phone, charger, headphones, earbuds, USB, and the monster battery. Okay, great. I'm going to start putting all this together for you now then, and we'll have a look at this. I'm so excited right now. Okay now, well, before we switch the device on, let's have a brief tour of it and just show you what's what. So the front of the device is dominated by this absolutely huge 5.5 inch screen. Also on the front we've got the large home button, and you can't see them just now because the phone is off. There's two capacitive keys here and here, and this would be the back button and this is the menu button, which is very useful. The top has a front facing camera, 1.9 megapixel, proximity sensors here, and this would be the earpiece, and again you can't see it because the phone is off, but there's a little status LED right there. Alright, so let's flip the phone over. On the back, not much in the back as you can see. We've got the camera, that's 8 megapixel rear camera, LED flash, and speaker grill, which is surprisingly loud for a smartphone. At the bottom we have the housing for the S Pen. The S Pen, now we come back to that in a little bit, but that's where the S Pen lives. On to the top now, top of the device. Headphone jack and some microphone. To the side, on-off power key right there. The bottom is a USB or micro USB port, which you can charge the phone with and also connect to your PC. And then there's another microphone. And then the side we have the volume rocker. So minimalist really, but very functional and very cool. So let's switch this guy on. Okay, well, let's stick the battery in and power this phone up and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Protective seal comes off. And there's another one. Great. Now, in Samsung phones, you remove the back plate by prizing it off. There's some controversy about these back plates because a lot of people think they're very thin and flimsy and will break or snap. But they actually won't, and I've seen tests on YouTube where someone's folded this thing almost right in half and it's not broken. Not that I'm going to do that here, just in case, but a lot more sturdy than it at first appears. Okay, so let's take the battery out of its packet. There we go, the battery, and we insert. That's a huge battery, this, my goodness me. And then put the back on, and you just press down and click all around. It locks in place, allegedly. Yeah. Okay, I think that'll probably do. It's mostly there. And hopefully the battery's got a bit of juice in it, so we can get it to power on. Let's see what happens, eh? Here we go. Usual Samsung logo. Okay, and we're at the setup screen. So I'll tell you what I'll do here is I will set the phone up so we can see the home screen, and then we'll come back and we'll do a little run through. Alright. Okay, well, I'm back and I've set the device up now. So we go ahead and turn it on. Alright, there's a lock screen. Customise your lock screen with whatever you like. Time, weather, whatever, Facebook updates, it's up to you. You can launch applications from the lock screen, so you can launch whatever, and these are all customizable as well. And so we just open the device, home screens, you get 7 home screens. This is running a Jelly Bean 4.1 with Samsung's TouchWiz interface on top of it, and as you can see it's incredibly fluid and responsive. Applications launch very quickly indeed, and there's no discernible lag at all. So I'm certainly not going to do a review of the operating system, as it's really not my area of expertise, but I think you can see the device is really, really smooth. Google have added to Jelly Bean something called Project Butter, which is something which is designed to remove the lag in Android, and I would say by and large it's been pretty successful, because as you can see everything just works really well. Okay, well cool, that's the device on. It's absolutely awesome looking, I think, and exactly what I want in a phone, so very cool indeed. Now inevitably we're going to do a size comparison test. I've got a few other popular devices and we're just going to bring them in and see how they compare against the new Galaxy Note. So first of all, here is the original Galaxy Note, the Galaxy Note 1. And superficially they look quite similar, though when we stack them up against each other, and it's a little hard to tell here because you know one of these phones is black and one is white, but I think you can tell that the new Note is very slightly taller than the original Note, but it is not as wide. You see that clearly. So they've reduced the width of it, and they've also changed the aspect ratio of the screen. So this is a 16:10 screen and this is a 16:9 screen. So although they've made the screen bigger, this is now a 5.5 inch screen versus a 5.3 inch screen, because they've made the device narrower, it does not feel quite so awkward to hold in the hand. I always felt with the original Note that although I loved it, the width of it was approaching the absolute maximum of what was comfortable for my hand. However, for this one, it feels a lot more comfortable in the hand and actually doesn't feel too bad at all. So although they have increased the size of the screen, the actual footprint of the phone is smaller, so it's actually more comfortable to use. Okay, so let's compare it with another one, which is HTC One X, which is a great phone and you know often considered to be a very large smartphone. This would be 4.8 inch screen. But again, we stack it up against the new Notes, well you can see it's very much small fry. Okay, right, cool. And I don't have an iPhone 5 because I don't buy Apple products anymore. However, at no expense spared, I have cut out a little template of an iPhone 5. This is the exact dimensions of an iPhone 5, and so you can see just for comparison exactly how the two stack up. So there would be your iPhone 5 against the Note 2. So as you can see, the Note 2 completely dwarfs the iPhone 5. Alright, and possibly slightly redundant comparison, but let's stack it up against a couple of tablets. We've got Google Nexus 7 here, 7-inch tab. Okay, well obviously the 7-inch tab is much bigger, but you can expect that because it's a tablet. So the Note has often been called a phablet, which is a cross between a phone and a tablet, but I think you can see here, well, it's really very firmly in the category of phone, although humongously large phone. Okay, and final comparison, again, possibly a bit redundant. We have an iPad 3. There's your 10-inch iPad 3. Yeah, and as you can see, obviously, well, looks small next to the iPad, but this is a phone. So, there we go. That gives you a sense of the size of the device. So, I genuinely feel that although the phone is very big, it's not too big. And once you get used to the size of screen, you just cannot go back to anything smaller, and anything smaller just feels, you know, too small to use well. And now when I use an iPhone, if I have a shot of someone's iPhone, it just feels tiny, and even the iPhone 5 really just didn't cut it for me. I just felt it was too small, so that's why I went for this bad boy. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, it's time for a smackdown race between the Galaxy Note 1 and the Galaxy Note 2, and we're just going to compare their boot time. So let's just find out who boots up the fastest. Here we go. Well, I think we have a clear winner. Oh, finally. The Note 1, and it's still booting up. So I think we can see the quad core. The quad core in this device is absolutely spanking the original Note. This is a far faster and more fluid device. Okay, well that's it. That wraps up my unboxing of the Galaxy Note 2, which is officially, in my opinion, the most awesome smartphone on the planet. It's tremendous. Recommend you get yourself one. You'll never look back. Alright, very cool indeed. If you enjoyed that piece of craziness and you like some of the guitar playing, well, you can check out much more of my stuff. I've got a YouTube channel, which is Rowan J Parker, full of cool guitar instruction stuff. If you want to get in touch with me otherwise, I'm on Facebook, have a Facebook page, Rowan J Parker, which you can like if you like. I'm on Twitter at Rowan J Parker. I'm also on SoundCloud at Rowan-Parker. So, if you like what you saw, please subscribe to the channel. We're aiming to build something really good here, really special, and we really appreciate your support. Okay, fantastic. Had a blast doing this. It's been a bunch of craziness, but it's been rock and roll. Excellent. I will see you next time. Farewell.